mercy. Ain't no mercy.
So I assume that most of you guys have already seen Thor Ragnarok, and it's already making a ton of money this weekend. And I think it's around like $420 million right now. So I feel like it is time to give my spoiler-filled thoughts on the movie and talk to you guys in depth about it. Now, if you already seen my spoiler-free review, it is up on my channel. You could go check that out. You would already pick up that I love Thor Ragnarok, and I thought it was a major improvement over the first two Thor movies, which I thought were good. I thought they were good movies, but they weren't the greatest in the MCU, and I had a lot of problems with those. Sorry. But this movie is everything I wanted a Thor movie to be. Really fun, really entertaining, while also having the key aspect of the brother and her relationship with the father relationship of Odin, Loki, and Thor, right? And everything. I thought it was all well done. I thought this was a great Thor movie. And we're going to talk in depth about these spoilers. So, here we go. So, if you already seen the movie, you could already pick up in the beginning of the movie. It takes place in Surtur's underground world of fiery lava and stuff like that. And it opened with Thor giving a monologue about what he had been doing in the past few days or years. And since like the Age of Ultron and the Sokovia battle. And there's this really funny scene where Thor just talking to Surtur, the big lava guy that you see in the trailers, and the maker of Ragnarok, and he is just like twirling around that little chain and he's not even doing anything, and he's just kind of mocking him for a bit, and then he gets his hammer, then boom, we have an epic action scene, and it was beautiful. It was so well done, and it really does set the tone for the movie. Right there, you know what you're getting yourself into at that part of the movie, and I loved it. Taika Waititi is also excellent at directing. I heard 80% of this movie was improvised, and if that is true, that is astonishing. Then we go back to Asgard, and we see Loki. He had been Odin this whole time. Thor had found out because there's a lot of stuff that is not right that he feels, and he eventually reveals Loki to everybody, and they try to go find Odin, but they need a little help from Doctor Strange. He takes them to this other realm after they were looking for him in a little bit in Earth, and that is one of the most emotional parts of the movie, when Loki and Thor found Odin. But those are basically just Odin's final moments. He wants his final moments to be with Thor and Loki before Hela, the goddess of death, who is excellently played by Cate Blanchett, to come. And he dies. He tells them how proud that he is of them, and he just flies off into light. And it was one of the most touching moments in the film. I thought it was actually really well done. And the entrance with Hela and how she breaks Mjolnir, so well done. There was so much tension behind that scene, which also leads to Sakaar when Thor and Loki get thrown out into Sakaar, and they had to try to get out of there because Loki has the Grand Master's trust, and Thor is a prisoner for the Grand Master. And the only way for him to get out is to fight in different battles. And right now, he has to go up against the Hulk, who we find out has landed there after the event of Age of Ultron, and we have a really epic battle where Thor is being kicked and even thrown the same way as Loki had been thrown in the Avengers. There's a lot of cool callbacks to different movies like Thor: The Dark World and the Avengers in this one, and it kind of acknowledges itself, and I really like that about this movie. And then they meet Valkyrie, who is another character who had a past with Hela. All her friends got killed by her, and she had been hiding Sakaar ever since. And all these different characters always had an agenda against Hela, and that's when they all had to come together and try to get out of Sakaar. Then the Grandmaster, who is brilliantly played by Jeff Goldblum. I mean, Jeff Goldblum here is everything you wanted Jeff Goldblum to be. I mean, it's hard not to love this man. It's hard not to love him. Anyway, there's a lot of cool jokes. There's a lot of cool action when they try to get it out of Sakaar. Loki tries to fool Thor, but Thor keeps on getting the upper hand because he already knows at this point that Loki's gonna trick him. He doesn't trust him still, and it's really fun to see their banter still go up against each other, even though they had to get out of the situation. I thought it was really clever. I actually like that. There's even an emotional scene in the elevator where Thor and Loki are kind of bonding a little bit, and then they try to do the get help joke that they did when they were kids, and Thor just throws Loki into a bunch of guys. I mean, this movie takes some of the most emotional moments you could think of and just make them into a joke in the best way possible. And when they get out of the car to go defeat Hela, Hulk, Mark Ruffalo was in his back to his form when he's no longer angry. And then there's this funny scene where during the end of the film where Hulk has to become the Hulk again because apparently Mark Ruffalo in the other part of the movie said, well, if I become the Hulk once again, I might not come back to myself. I could possibly die. So him sacrificing himself and saying, screw it, I'm gonna become the Hulk. This is too much to bear for me. I need the Hulk. So I thought that was a cool moment. There was a little joke there when Mark Ruffalo just flattened to the ground when he's going up against this wolf. Then he suddenly transformed into the Hulk, and there's this epic fight between the wolf and the Hulk. I thought was well done. I thought it was beautiful. Heimdall was also a really cool character. Once Hela gets into Asgard and kills some of Thor's friends, and almost everybody in Asgard that's a soldier, she basically is like a... how could I describe it? She's like a goddess. I mean, she also has a lot of character development, surprisingly, because, spoiler again, Hela is actually the sister of what am I saying? She's the sister of Thor and Loki, and her path is covered up because Odin and Hela used to fight together, and Hela wants everything, but Odin was like, nah, screw you, we're gonna put you in jail. So her agenda is against Odin, and she wants to rule Asgard once again to finish what she left off on. And I thought her character was really cool. She actually has something behind her character, and I really like that about her. Sometimes it can be expeditional, and sometimes she like telling the audience what we should have known, but I thought her character was also well done. So when it leads to the final confrontation between the Hulk, Loki, and Thor, Valkyrie against Hela, everything comes together in one gigantic conclusion, and I really like that about this film. It has a first point, a middle point, and an end, and it doesn't focus on anything else other than itself. It knows it's supposed to be a movie, and it really does that really well. So the final confrontation was epic. There was a lot of cool fight scenes. Had Valkyrie coming out of the Quinjet to basically kill everybody. The Executioner, who was kind of a villain, and changes sides and saves everybody. And Asgard has once again been saved until they need to release a Surtur, which destroys everything and kills Hela. They get the hell out there, and boom, Asgard is destroyed. That's the movie. So, yeah, Asgard could not be saved, but later on in the film, Odin was like, Asgard is not a place, it is its people. And that really all that matters, is to just save the people, which is what Thor does best and what he should do as a hero. Not just his home, but mostly his people. And that revelation, character development was really well done, and I really liked it. So overall, Thor Ragnarok was amazing. I highly suggest you guys go check it out again if you haven't seen it, and I really recommend it that much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.
The flame. I torture you. I'm a slave to your game.